approximately $20,000.
Well, let me clear that up. He has county insurance, but you reimburse the county, am I correct?
That's correct.
But it still benefit another $20,000. I didn't quite understand the disability insurance. It was covered for a few years and then it was dropped. Does he get a company car?
No, that's mileage.
Just mileage, okay. I have a little problem with this, the current bonus versus the bonus in 2006. Now, in 2006, I wasn't on the county legislature, but I did read the newspapers, and there was a lot of uproar about the $100,000 bonus that was granted in 2006. So there's a history of awareness on the part of the IDA board, who I respect, that this situation was going to create somewhat of a contentious situation in the community if it became public. It was never published, the seller was never published, nobody was aware of it until the Brodsky situation arose. So, but you folks are aware that we had all these problems in 2006. So, again, why, it was an earlier question Harry had, and why didn't you take that into consideration when you approved this bonus?
I was on the compensation committee, I gotta think of somebody else.
2006 goes back.
I think it goes back to, Paul, what you said. We all sat around that room, certainly aware of that. I remember sitting there thinking about what bucket we put these monies in, whether it was compensation. I remember going back, looking at the contract, looking at the bonus criteria, and there was considerable debate what bucket we put it in. And there was also a recognition that how it would be perceived. And when it was all said and done, we all said it's the right thing to do. And again, to my point of a business attitude, we did what we believed was the right thing to do. So, I mean, we labored over it. I think the gentleman there too from the end asked if we certainly had deep thoughts about it and debated it back and forth.
It is what it is. It's a performance bonus, and Sandy has done an exemplary job, and he's paid for it. He does a better job than a whole lot of people do, and so he makes more money than they do. It's as simple as that.
I think the public wants to know, what is his job? Already that exists. What is his job? To me, it would be to retain employers as well. That would be part of his job duties. So like Joe Izzo said initially, we need to have the job description. I have this old, excuse me, office functions and responsibilities. Sandy's work week was 30 hours of work week. Now you guys are saying he gives a whole bunch, but guess what? You gotta update this. Because this is what the public sees, 30-hour work week, getting that kind of salary and that kind of bonus.
That was changed after the first year.
Where is it? Show us his job description. Show us what he does. As far as I'm concerned, and you know, you have to be, attorneys would have to see it. In his contract, 08, 09, 010, it says, again, just as you said, leasing and sales of that property. To me, he's already getting paid for that.
I think we've tried to.
And that's what the public wants to know.
We tried it over the ground. I told you the response. I know, you know, you can sit there and chew up the same ground, but I don't think it helps.
Well, there's a statement in there about the number of jobs that were produced at Empire Working Source. Can you tell us how many Greene County workers currently work at Empire Working Source?
50.
50.
Again, remember they had facilities at Ulster and Albany that they were combining.
So how can we say we've created 300 plus jobs in Greene?
Because they are Greene County payroll.
People are still leaving or coming here from other counties.
What the thought process has been was that eventually there would be, attrition would be filled by Greene County employees, just the counties consolidated.
So-
And that I think is.
They just had a job fair, did they not?
Yeah.
So how does this work against the requirements of the pilots where they were supposed to create a certain number of jobs over a certain period of time?
It's not a pilot. That has nothing to do with the pilot.
It's an Empire Zone requirement.
Again, we're not the Empire Zone.
It's the state.
Right? So we're not the, you know, you can task us with everything, but we're not the Empire Zone.
Well, we always see the potential jobs are created, but we don't see how many jobs actually exist.
324. It's in the audit.
Your slide says,
I'm
no,
talking about
no, is it, everybody his own
jobs.
shifts?
You know, it's unfortunate, but we don't have a public input at a legislative board meeting. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry.
But on those same lines Chris has, my constituents too, they want to see a detailed cost-benefit analysis. You always speak about the benefits, but not the cost. So the projects must be a benefit, and he's right, we need to know how many people from Green County are employed, and what is the cost-benefit? How much money are we putting into this, and what are we getting back in return?
Per job.
Exactly.
That
I
is
got-
not a requirement, my understanding, on the controls analysis, but whatever is required under the public reporting requirement, we're happy to provide.
A few other constituent concerns, because I know Sandy's in the paper somewhere saying that he hasn't got one complaint. But believe me, the legislators, we hear them. So bear with me. Another constituent says, Sandy gets compensation for outside grant funding, yet he retains a grant writer. So I know one of their performance criteria was he got some grants and everything, but yet you retain a grant writer to do that. I think a lot of the work would be done with the grant writer. That was a constituent concern. One wrote me a letter and said if Sandy continues to make $305,285 a year for 3 years, those being his best years, will the county have to pay 65% salary of his 3 best years for retirement? That would be $198,435 per year for his lifetime.
He's not a senator.
County, that's not how the retirement system
Okay,
works.
this is a letter I got from a constituent.
Oh, tell them the truth.
Okay. Another constituent writes in regards to the IGA press release dated 7/26/2010 regarding the solar panel project on Farm to Market Road in the town of Kisaki, that the sponsoring group is Green Community Energy LLC, a subsidiary of the Green Business Alliance, which is a DBA of the IDA. Why are they making things so complicated? I checked in the Department of State Records and can find no Green Community Energy LLC. So I'm assuming that it is registered as an entity of the Green Business Alliance with the Greene County Clerk's Office. I would love to know who is on the board of directors of Green Community Energy LLC, their bylaws, employees, etc. Are they a public corporation? Great question for the county attorney to look into.
Karen, did you ask anybody for that information?
No, again, this is constituent. I thought you guys were coming
Well,
here.
you know what?
I got flooded with this.
Stop
We
it. I'll
rushed.
deal with it.
Excuse me?
Why don't you give me copies of it, I'll deal with it, I'm happy to help you.
Okay, so these are concerns.
Yeah, I'm happy to help you.
I knew you guys were coming today, and I think this is what prompted the constituents to call me, that we knew we were having this meeting tonight.
And, you know, you can pick up the phone and call me, I'm available.
It just goes on and on.
Does anybody else have anything else? Okay, this was quite a meeting. I think we all have our,
Just to, maybe to do like your closing, let's, while we're all here, set a date to get together to do that discussion about while we're all rolling.
to do what now?
Set a date, we had set September 1st as a date, it fails, and we're here on the 10th, it's okay, but let's set a date that we're all here, we can all make it, so we can come back to the table, that committee that we talked about, setting up and do the compensation, or
I think
recommendations.
you have to set as a legislature who's on that committee.
Right.
And then get together and then get back to us.
You know, I was hoping that we would come to somewhat closure on this level and move it to a level of a smaller group of us, dealing with a smaller group of them to develop what you just said, the job description issues, the bonus issues, and all that. That's my intent. Okay? I want to thank all of you for being here, and I apologize to you, sir, for not allowing you to speak, but that's kind of like our rule. And if you want to discuss anything afterwards, ask me a question, I'll get an answer for you. We held our pool pretty good. You know, I think we bared our views. I just can't overemphasize the amount of pressure all of us setting up the table on this lately. I've heard you say that you clearly got the message, and I guess hopefully we move forward. And I want to allude to a couple comments made by the IDA board members. I think you made it, Marty, but look, we need to move forward economically in this county. We do not need to stop the train.